The proposed 2021 national budget is a step closer to becoming law. This afternoon, the Senate passed the bill on third and final reading. But before that, senators proposed amendments to the measure. Joyce Ilas joins us live. Joyce, tell us more about this.
Senate Finance Committee Chairman Sonny Angara says the 4.5 trillion peso budget's goal is to help the country recover from the challenges that we faced this year.
The health sector got significant increases in the 2021 budget as the country continues to battle the COVID-19 pandemic. 8 billion pesos were allocated for the purchase of vaccines under the Department of Health. About 54 billion pesos in unprogrammed appropriations were also allocated for the same, and another 21 billion pesos for the storage, transportation, and distribution of the vaccines as proposed by Senator Ralph Recto. But these unprogrammed funds can only be financed when the total revenue for next year exceeds the target.
As we wait for these vaccines, Mr. President, we should remain vigilant through social distancing and safety protocols, and we are also allotting funds under the DILG, again, to recruit, train, deploy, and support our contact tracers.
As proposed by Senator Richard Gordon, additional funding was also allocated to strengthen the Research Institute for Tropical Medicines and to set up and train more COVID-19 laboratories. Senators also pushed to increase the budget of DOH hospitals by 100 million pesos per region. Next year's Special Amelioration Program for families affected by the pandemic also got 10 billion pesos. The Senate also increased the budget for disaster response and mitigation.
Our experience in the past few weeks has only underscored how we continue to be threatened by natural calamities. Collectively, these account for billions in economic losses, not to mention the unfathomable human price of losing loved ones.
Senator Ping Lacson pushed for the increase in funding to help local government units build shelters, resettlements, as well as roads, bridges, flood control, and evacuation facilities. Several senators also proposed to increase the Labor Department's budget to 15.8 billion pesos to help Filipinos who lost their jobs due to the pandemic. The Senate also increased the Department of Education's budget necessary for the reproduction and delivery of various learning resources, such as school modules. The education sector has the biggest allocation with 712 billion pesos.
Bagaman may COVID-19 vaccine, hindi agad-agad makakabalik sa eskwelahan ang ating mga anak hanggat hindi pa sila nababakunahan. Kaya mahalaga may pondong itatabi para magkaroon ng flexible learning options ang ating mga estudyante.
As the economy is expected to open up next year, Senator Grace Poe moved to mandate the Transportation Department to enforce strict health protocols in all public transportation terminals. This means there must be adequate ventilation, potable running water, and provisions of hand soap and alcohol.
To help usher in a sense of normalcy to our lives next year, some senators also pushed to increase the budget for some initiatives related to the arts, culture, and sports. Back to you, Pia.
Joyce, so what happens next after today's approval?
Yeah, what's going to happen next is a bicameral conference committee will be scheduled to meet starting this Saturday to harmonize the conflicting provisions between the House and the Senate's versions of the budget. Now, Senate President Tito Sotto earlier said that he expects the bicam to last until the first week of December, and then he expects the Senate and the House to ratify the bicameral conference committee report by December 9. Back to you, Pia.
Joyce Ilas there reporting.